your student loans, right? But it was spread among a whole bunch of different agencies, and for none of them was it their first job. So what happened is really smart, flimsy individuals back in the late 90s and early 2000s figured out we could make a lot of money on mortgages and really cheating. So they did. I mean, they made $1 zillion. They also built this thing that crashed the entire economy and cost 10 million people their homes, millions of people their jobs, millions of people their savings. So coming out of that, so we're going to build this new agency, and it's going to have one job. It's going to gather up all those laws that are supposed to protect you on your credit cards and your student loans. We're going to put it in one agency, and we're going to make them the cop on the beat. They are the cop on the beat. Now, if you're making your money by cheating people, you really don't like the cop on the beat, right? If you have in mind some new way to defraud people, you really hate that cop on the beat. And if you're one of those people who just thinks government never works, government's terrible, government sucks, you actually don't like an agency that returns $21 billion directed to families who got cheated, because that's showing the government works. So CFPB has kind of been right in the crosshairs for the cheaters and the people who want government to fail. And now this is their chance to go in.
So why are these Republicans, why are the Russ Votes of the world, why are the Elon Musks of the world so hostile to this agency?
Yeah. So
these are people, by the way, who are barreling ahead under this pretense that they're going to root out waste, fraud, and abuse.
Yeah, waste, fraud, and abuse, right? Now, again, go back to what you said, because you had it exactly right, Brian. Let's do this against the background of in a dozen years, that little agency, since it was built, has returned more than $21 billion. That means they found $21 billion of cheating and fraud. And they didn't just keep the money, they actually had it made these institutions return it directly to the people they cheated. So let's talk about Elon Musk. Elon Musk, as you know, he bought Twitter, and he just lost money hand over fist on that. So he's had a better idea, better from his perspective, and that is he's going to do X money. And the idea here is he's going to do everything on the financial side and social side for everybody in the country, maybe around the world, if he gets the chance. He just one bump in the way, and that's the Consumer Financial Protection Bill. It's not that they say no. You go ahead and build a new tech platform, a financial system, good for you. But you've got to follow the basic rules of not cheating people, not lying to people, and not sucking up their personal data and selling it to somebody else. He doesn't like that. So he's announced he's going to do X. What a great idea. Move the bomb out of the way before you start. You know, it's a little like a bank robber. Say, well, before I go into the lobby with my sacks that I'm ready to pull up, I'm just going to fire the cops. And now I'll go in and take the money.
So how successful is he going to be in this venture? Because we've seen a lot of this conflict thus far, where we see the Trump administration say that, okay, we're going to disband this agency, we're going to disband USAID, we're going to disband the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. A lot of that is butting up against court orders preventing them from doing that. So where do we stand right now in terms of the actual viability of the CFPB?
Okay, so remember, we built this thing when it was already in distress. Big banks didn't want it. They wanted to be able to continue to cheat people. Republicans didn't want it. They didn't want to show that government could work. So we built it tough. That's how I like to think of it. We got the right thing passed in the law. Right now, shutting down the CFPB, firing all the cops, or at least putting them all on leave so there are no cops out there on the financial leave, is illegal. I don't mean it's like kind of, maybe, or arguably. No, it's just illegal. So we got the system built the right way. So now what we need are the courts to enforce the law, even against Elon Musk.
Elon has come out and said that he wants the funding for the rest of the year, roughly $710 million for the rest of 2025's funding, for that to be rescinded as a way to kind of start the agency of the funding it needs to keep operating. obviously the purse strings are controlled by Congress, even though we've seen Republicans contract all of their autonomy over to the executive branch. But where do we stand right now in terms of his ability, or the Trump administration's ability, to be able to legally starve funding of the agency and kind of kill it that way?
So let's do a little good news, right? I know right now we're having to do a lot of bad news. One of the pieces of good news is actually the agency has a surplus right now. So it's got some gas in the tank to keep running. But the second part of this is that we built this agency, like all of the banking regulators, outside the reach of congressional funding. Again, it's all in the red. If we can get the courts to enforce the law, the agency will have the money it needs.
Do you worry that even if the courts do opt to enforce the law, that it'll be discarded, ignored by the Trumps and Elons of the world?
Okay, now you really are in constitutional crisis, right? Because as you know, we have three different branches in government, and Congress gets to initiate these laws and write them up. The president signs them into law, and then it's supposed to carry them out. And the courts make sure that the administration behaves legally. I mean, that's just kind of the basic deal. If Donald Trump decides, or if Elon Musk decides, I'm not doing it, I'm not obeying a court order, now you haven't just violated the trust of the American people, you literally broken the Constitution. So that's what's at stake here. Right now, even Republicans for whom with an X-ray you could not find a spine in these folks, even those people can get stopped in the halls by even media and stick a microphone in their face and say, whoa, 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 on that one. Obey court orders. And if you don't like the court orders, one of my Republican colleagues said, that's why God invented appellate courts. You go ahead and appeal, but you got to follow the law.
Do you have any worry that as you see the goalpost shift and the Overton window go further and further and further to the right, do you have any worry that the same people who are right now saying, whoa, whoa, that's our red line, that in kind of the same way that you contracted all of their autonomy to the White House thus far, that they will kind of accede to his demands and say, well, you know what, we don't agree with this court ruling, and so we should just go ahead and ignore it anyway, even though prior to that we had said
that's our red line.
Yeah.
Look, Brian, and of course he's here.
Yeah.
Of course I am. These guys are proving over and over. If you had asked me, we've been sitting here 6 months ago, 6 weeks ago, and even sometimes 6 days ago.
And that's why I asked, because I feel like I want to get ahead of they couldn't possibly do this talking point and get to the point where we know that a lot of them do ultimately get to, which is that Trump says jump, they say how high.
Right. So I'm going to go back to something you said that was really, really smart as you were laying it out. You said the Overton window keeps shifting. Yeah. Our job is to keep it shifting the other way, too. You know, one of the things that's happening right now, that little agency that has returned $21 billion that these giant banks have cheated people out of, you and I know about it. A handful of people know about it. We bless them, we cheer them on, but they're not very well known. Now, a whole lot more people know about it. A whole lot more people are speaking up and saying, wait, what the hell? I want a car loan without thinking at the end of the day I'm going to pay and pay and pay, and then they're going to come get my car. That as we get out and make the case for the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, as we get out and make the case for why, for our financial dealings, it's hard enough out here. For our financial dealings, we want a copper to be. What we're doing is we're opening that window. I get it. The right is pushing it their way, and we're pushing it our way. And it matters. At the end of the day, Trump, how much is he listening to courts? He listens to the rest of the country. Our job is to get the rest of the country to start what it is.
To that point, it's important that we understand the argument that Republicans are using to try and detract support from the CFPB. So I think this has been tough for me because usually you can glean a little bit of what their excuse or justification is, even for trying to start funding from USAID and some of these other agencies. But the CFPB is just an agency that protects people from predatory banks and financial institutions.
Right, it's just a call.
And so I am curious to know, what is the excuse that they're trying to use to discredit this agency?
So this is actually the fun part. You put your finger at something really important. It's blah, 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 blah. And that's what it's been from the beginning. They've been to the Supreme Court twice. It is unconstitutional. And even their Supreme Court, the one that the Republicans all put in place, said, back up, boys. It's just fine constitutionally. They stand up in Congress and say, I am introducing a bill today to get rid of this agency. And it goes nowhere. You know why it goes nowhere? Because a lot of people are being helped by the agency. Because literally tens of millions of people have gotten money back that they've been cheated out of, and they've been pretty damn good. And lots of others don't get cheated because that financial con blocks the beat. So I would tell you a coherent argument if I had a coherent argument. The most coherent one I ever hear is, in effect, it's government, so it must be bad. And I think that that is really their wish. I need the city to protect me because the federal government won't. And if you think you're afraid of Trump, you should see how afraid of Trump I am.
Can you wrap up, please?
Yeah.
You just wrap it up, yeah.
I can't. If you say that you're afraid of Trump and that's why you don't want the city to be a safe space for trans people, you better prepare for trans people to make this a very unsafe space.
I'm shaking. I'm not really sure if that's a good argument, that if you don't give us what we want, we're going to incite terrorism. I feel like that's a really bad argument, and I don't think that a lot of people support that. And whenever I say a lot of people, I feel like anybody who thinks like that, can we have like an equivalent exchange? Like, let's take an illegal alien that's lived here for 15 years, and he gets your citizenship, and you have to leave. Like, if that's the way that you think, yeah, bro, we can keep him, he's fine, you're getting kicked out.
Right now, I don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here.
Am I taking too long pleading for my life?
You remember how many children I have and the two of them are trans.
I speak as both the B and the T in the LGBT.
I'm multiply disabled. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder that causes me immense physical pain. I'm on the autism spectrum. And I have narcolepsy, and I couldn't drive myself here, so I had to hide from my driver that I was in drag, which is not an easy thing to do in drag.
I do not want to.
What? What is this? What game is this? It's Concord.
To be here. It's my day off. I do not want to be in your DMs. I do not want to be in your email inboxes. I do not want my creativity writing diss tracks like Kendrick. I don't want to spend an hour applying glitter on my face so that you will hear and see me.
Kevin doesn't stand a chance. Kevin is going to try to put up a fight against Trump in America for his candidate. Pee-wee Canada. No strength.
Man, that's me? Yeah. I think that's a lot of people. You've got a lot of snowflakes melting. It's pretty. It's like, I don't see how anybody can listen to these people talk and not come to the conclusion that these people have a profound mental illness and there's something seriously wrong with them. Just like the way they talk, the way they act, their body language. everything about it. It's just completely fucking unhinged.
I want you to listen to me.
Let us remember that the Nazis burned the books that the Nazis burned books on gender sciences
They did do that.
first. Now the administration has villainized and marginalized migrant workers, trans.
It's a bit of a miss. Like, my understanding is that they burned them not because it was gender stuff, but because it was written in Jewish and not German. And it was like a retaking of Germany for Germans. That was like the uprising of the Nazis. So it was like, yeah, they were. I think it probably might be both in some circumstances, but like it was categorical for it not being written in German. They also burned porn. Yeah, they burned a lot of stuff. Both, yeah. And no, and I wish people like this. It's disappointing that you can't have genuine conversations because people try to just like kind of like handpick facts and like not talk about things in an honest way. But it's like part of that's true, but it's like not completely true.
LGBT people and even special needs, denying life-saving and affirming care.
Can you look at me and tell me how many of my friends need to die before you do anything?
Please
Look at me.
Okay, well done, man. Well done.
Fuck you, pathetic.
Of course, we need to
Guys, these are the people that are on social media who are telling you how to act. Yes. There are NPCs in Oblivion that are like hostile bandits that are less hostile than that. Even them, you can open up dialogue options. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I wonder which Reddit sub wasn't being moderated for the hour that this was going on for.
continue celebrating Black History Month because, in spite of what's coming down from Washington, we all know that we all exist and we all need to be recognized for our existence.
But be aware that you are a guest in my house when you
The grapes?
come. And when you come, know that there are strong queer and trans people in my classroom who will collect you with the quickness.
Collect you with the quickness? The fuck does that mean? What does that even mean? They speak in tongues? No, because if they were, it would have made more sense.
My name in drag is Dee Dee Delight. And my name out of drag is Dewey Cosgrove Atienza.
Lottie LaRouge, He, They, in drag, District 3. My legal name is Olivia D'Ambrosio. My public name is Libby Scanlon. My wife and I own a home in the Canal District.
I speak as someone who is always misgendered, like all the time. People refer to me as sir when I prefer to be referred to as man. I speak as someone who is afraid to use public toilets. I speak as someone.
This is what I was saying before. It's that being afraid to use public toilets, like, I feel like you're talking about, if you're talking about it from like the context of being trans, like it makes sense. But I think that with a lot of these people, this is something that I used to really, really, really like about Facebook, is that in Facebook, you could actually look at a person's life, and you could 9 times out of 10 figure out exactly why they're saying what they're saying.
Who's a member of this community and is a queer person.
You have to imagine being me and my wife, fearing that our
What do you
marriage.
do with people like this? I think that the best thing for you to do is to. So I think in a lot of cases, compliance isn't compassion, and sometimes you have to hold people accountable to a higher standard of behavior and like kind of decorum. And I think that when you do that and you create a culture that expects people to adhere to a higher degree of behavior, what you do is you create an expectation that is pervasive, and a lot of people that are like this stop acting like this because it's not socially acceptable. And I think that what happens with people like this is that people have enabled it for a long time, and some of these people are not really that bad, right? Like, this woman doesn't seem like she's that bad. But some of the other people, like especially the one screaming, like, oh my God, right? And so the problem is that when you allow these people to do what they want to do, oftentimes they end up making their own lives worse. And whenever you just agree with them and tell them that everything that they believe is true, because you just don't want to deal with it, what you end up doing is you end up enabling a degree of mental illness that's self-destructive. And I think that's what happens with a lot of these people, is that people give them what they consider to be compassion, but their idea of compassion is just simply what makes them feel good to do. So telling somebody you're right about everything that you think about yourself, that might feel very good to do because you're validating this person, but it might not always be the right thing to do for somebody in the long run. And so because we have a culture that's built so much off of optics, appearances, and virtue signaling, you have people like this that get radicalized by people's, by their misguided belief that people are compassionate towards them. And they're not compassionate for them. All they're doing is they're telling this person the thing that makes them feel good. And I think that another great example of this happening, another permutation of this happening, is with people that are overweight. And it's toxic empathy. It is. This is what I've been. Remember when I said I'm the most empathetic streamer? One day people realize that I was right. Is that whenever I look at this, I don't. Like, yeah, it's funny these people are acting ridiculous for sure. But underneath that, these are deeply troubled people that need help in a lot of cases. And I think that instead of trying to help them improve their lives, people need to and certain behaviors so far gone that you now no longer reintegrating in society and effectively supporting them. So that's really Read Jordy's fucking initials. This little cuck in here is.
Y'all like healthcare this, education that. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, that is fucking hilarious. And you played an SJW on YouTube for like 15 years.
I really did.
Boogie's just racist again. Dude, I have a video promoting trans rights.
We did.
Boogie's just racist again. Dude, I have a video promoting trans rights that's still on the channel. I was like, yeah.
Guys, there's only
I'll watch
1,000
videos
likes.
promoting trans rights.
There's only 1,000 likes. I said 1,500. Next time I look over there, bro, you're going 10 gifted. Thank you, average. Go ahead, Bookie. Lay it on me.
Yeah. You remember you made me burn the dolls. That made me get cursed.
Mhm.
Then I put the demons back in the doll, buried them in the backyard. That curse had to go somewhere. I think it went to you. Think about since the day we did that, you had your dry January. Becky's been a nightmare. Mafia Milkers has been a nightmare. All of the shows have gone to shit. Your Cybertruck is falling apart. You're getting scammed left and right.
Okay, what I'm dealing with is life, not a curse. And I can't be cursed. I can't be cursed because I don't believe in it. Like, I believe in it.
Ah, hey, 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 come on, come on. Okay, go live. What's? Come on, going live. You are live. I better be. Okay. Oh God, I'm dropping frames. That's what I can do about that now. I'm already live. Click to begin. Sometimes my Wi-Fi will fix itself though, and then after an hour or two, the stream will be good. I am live. Why does it still say upcoming? It's not an upcoming stream, it is a stream. There we go. Look at that lag. That's even worse than I thought. That's some really bad lag. Oh no. Oh no. It's my whole laptop that's laggy right now. Look at this. Oh, I think it's fixing itself. It's a little bit laggy. Not as laggy. Yeah, see, it's a little laggy. I don't know what is this. Let's open up Task Manager here. Oh my God! I see my memory is being used up. Why is Microsoft Edge open? We don't need none of that open. So yeah, I don't. There's kind of like a puzzle to do down here, but I don't really know how to do it. So yeah, I don't really know how to do the puzzle. See, how do you do this? So it needs energy. And how do I give it energy? Wait, actually, what if I try to do this? If I go like this, take the energy from that thing. Oh! Wait, I actually don't think that. Oh, that does work. Huh. Whoa, what's this now? What is this? Wait, where is that? Oh, it's up here. What's this? I don't know what I need to do.
Oh, at least I got a chest. No! That's not what I want to do. Give me that. I think I unlocked everything in this place anyways. So I'm just gonna leave. Wait, I just realized I got 2 streams going at once. That's probably not helping with my Wi-Fi, is it? I got 2 streams going at once right now. I didn't even mean to do that. Because my PlayStation 5 is still on. That's why there's some lag. Where is it? Huh. Weird. I think the live actually ended itself. Oh no, it is still live on the other channel. Okay. Let's see if I just turn the PlayStation off. Does it end the stream? It should.